Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're already a part of our soul family, thank you for coming back again and again and again. You are loved and appreciated. Family, I have a very important message to deliver to you today from the ancestors. Keep in mind that this is a collective message, which means everything may not fit for everybody. Therefore, it is advised that you take what fits and leave the rest. If this message resonates with you, there will be a link down below in the description box for you to book a personal reading with me for more clarification and a deeper look into your own personal situation, okay? So without further ado, family, we're going to jump right into this message. Let's get into it, my beautiful, beautiful people. Today, we are starting off with the Sun card being directly in the middle of your reading, okay? So the way that it flew out, it was just almost miraculous, okay? It flew out with so much grace, and it was like almost slow motion, but it was just like not a care in the world the way it flew out. It was just like, yeah, I'm the Sun card and I'm gonna shine. And I feel like that is your energy for a lot of you right now. All right, but before we get to that, we're gonna get to this how the past was looking for you, okay? So now, in the recent past, we have the Three of Staffs in reverse. There was a lot of stagnation and delays. Some of you experienced setbacks, okay? There was a lack of progress. For a lot of you, this was in your work life. This could have been with like your family and friends. Like maybe there was just so much drama. For others of you, this could have been in your romantic relationships or even just your relationship with yourself. You experienced setback after setback. It felt like there was tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. Okay, but some of you changed something up. Let's see what that is. Let's clarify. Oh, okay. They're like, yeah, that's exactly what they changed up. So we got the Seven of Pentacles. Sorry, this is the Eight of Pentacles here, upright. Sorry, in reverse. In reverse. And the fact that I just made that many mistakes in the matter of seconds, I feel like that's the energy that you were in. There was like a lack of focus, okay? Because that's exactly what the Eight of Pentacles speaks about. A lack of focus, procrastination, and the inability to learn. So that is exactly what you guys changed up. You started to work on being more focused, okay? You started to work on accomplishing your tasks that you set for yourself, but it'll be like little steps here and there. So let's say you have something to do, something small to do. Instead of putting it off for later, you decided to get things done right away. Like I'm hearing, let me just get to it now, let me just get to it. And so this helped you. It helped train you to not put things off for later, not put things on the back burner. Take care of it now. And I just got a phone call. So I feel like for a lot of you, there were a lot of distractions as far as the people that you had around you. Some of you have people in your life that expect you to sit on the phone with them all day long, okay? And when you're like, let me call you back, they may get an attitude, or when you do call them back, like they may not answer like intentionally because they want to be spiteful. It's very weird energy. Some of you had some really weird ass energy around you, and it started to trickle down to you. It was affecting you, okay? And for a lot of you, you didn't know why. Like you thought that this was just you. You thought you were going through something. For some of you, like you felt like you were a failure, but it was really just the people around you. Tell me more about this energy. Some of you some of you got rid of this energy. Some of you moved away from these people. Yeah, like it was causing anxiety. Like you guys had a lot of anxiety. Some of you had nightmares. You were depressed. You were suffering from depression. Some of you were really worried, okay? You were afraid of something. And again, for most of you, this wasn't even your energy. That's the craziest thing. This was from the people that were around you. And so with the Seven of Cups here upright, you made a choice. Okay, you made a choice. You said, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change the people that I have around me. Because remember, birds of a feather flock together. Okay, and there's a reason why I'm using the example of birds, because our ancestors tend to many times come to us in the form of birds. And so that's why that saying is so significant right now. It's like, you want to move a certain way. Okay, you want to follow in the footsteps of your forefathers, but you have people around you who are kind of swaying you away from that. They're like, well, why are you doing that? Why do you feel you need to do this? Why would you move like that? Why do you want to do this? You know, and for a lot of you, this was very distractive. Okay, so you made a choice to let go of habits, behaviors, people. Okay, some of you even started to change up the way that you eat, the way you dress, your routine. Wow. And so you realize that worry and stress is not going to resolve the problem. You realized that you have to find a solution, and that's what a lot of you did. For some of you, even though I'm speaking in the past tense, for some of you, this could be where you're at right now. You could be in the place where you're like, yeah, it's time for me to change things up. It's time for me to do something different. Okay, so just take it as it resonates, but don't force it to fit, as always. All right. And now, for some of you, you're wearing the color blue right now, or you may be a water sign. Okay, some of you, like you have a snake, you have like a pet snake or a different reptile. Some of you like to play pool, or you like to go swimming. Some of you have an obsession with like swords, like you collect swords. You may have swords up on your wall. And that's so interesting because a lot of you, and let me see, 1, 2, we got 2 swords here. Okay. So for some of you, your ancestors were warriors, and that's the reason why you have an obsession with swords, because you are your ancestors. You were a warrior in a past life. Ooh, tell me more about that. That's juicy. Tell me more about this past life experience. Wow. Okay. So yeah, some of you were warriors, and you were fearless. Okay, we got the Fool here in reverse. So for many of you, like you didn't even care what the consequence might have been. You were with it. Like you were ready to fight for your rights. You were ready to fight to protect your family and your land. All right. For some of you, you may have died in battle, and so that caused you to, in this lifetime, have a few characteristics that are opposing the characteristics that you had in that past life where you passed away in battle. It was like some of you had like self-doubt, insecurity, weakness. Okay, because we got the Strength card here in reverse. Some of you teamed up with people, like you collaborated with people that were able to help you or take over after you transitioned. Okay, a lot of you were like, you were an authoritative figure in this past life. Okay, many of you were emperors, like you were like warrior emperors, warrior empresses. Like you were very stable, you were leaders. Okay, with the emperor here upright. Some of you may be fire signs. Some of you may be Aries, Sag, Leo. Some of you may really like the color red. But yeah, that was just a side note. So let's continue. So yeah, for those of you who have an obsession with like swords or silver or like metal or iron, it's because of the past life. Okay, it's because of the way you lived in your past life. These materials protected you. They kept you, your family, your community protected, and you were able to use them very well. You were really good at them. All right, so moving forward, back to the reading. we got the Eight of Swords here in reverse. All right. So like I was saying, many of you made a choice. The Eight of Swords is about breaking free. It's about liberation. You liberated yourself. You broke free from certain mindsets, connections, beliefs, fears, habits, and behaviors, okay? Because you saw how important it was to change this up. You saw the opportunities that were waiting for you on the other side. You developed a newfound perspective, okay? You expanded your horizons. And for many of you, this was very complicated. This was your challenge. For many of you, this was your biggest challenge because you were so used to being one way that you didn't ever see yourself becoming another way. But for a lot of you, you're very stubborn. Like, it took for you to hit rock bottom. And I'm hearing a few times there in my background, like, no, make sure you throw that in there. Like, for some of you, it took multiple times for you to hit rock bottom, for you to be like, okay, let me do something differently. Because like I said, you're stubborn, right? So let me break down this word stubborn, all right? Because it's not always a bad thing. When you're stubborn, you are strong-willed, okay? Remember, in your past lives, for some of you, you were warriors. You had to be strong-willed, So now for this life, being that they're calling for you to do things differently, they want you to live life a little bit softer, be more compassionate. Because remember, we're fighting a different war in this lifetime. This is a spiritual war. This is spiritual warfare, okay? So you changed things up. You broke free. All right, you expanded your horizons, and now we're getting to the Sun card in the middle of the deck. Okay, and the Sun card speaks about vitality, okay, positivity, success, joy, love, happiness, peace. And for some of you, you didn't experience peace in your past lives. You didn't. You had chaos, and so you came into this life with the energy of chaos. For a lot of you, the most important years of your life was chaotic, okay? I want to say well up into your early adulthood, maybe early 20s. I'll say that. Early 20s, okay? For some of you, it ended at like 19. Some of you went to prison at like 19. You did some time, all right? And that was one of the ways in which you hit rock bottom. Some of you had a baby, like you got pregnant at 19, okay? And you struggled throughout that. So it took for you to come here and go through that chaos again, okay? It took for your higher self, your spirit team, to nudge you like, hey, not this lifetime. It was like that subtle reminder, like, hey, maybe you're stuck in the last life. This life is not supposed to be like this. So you started to do things differently. All right. And let me point out some things here. Some of you guys are children of Oshun, Omo Ochun. Okay. Some of you really like the color yellow and orange. Some of you have like amber hair, or orangish, amberish, blondish hair. Some of you are wearing like velvet, and it might be like red. Some of you are wearing white. Some of you have like a white pet as well. Okay. Some of you may have just had a baby. Congratulations. Some of you have sunflowers planted in your garden or somewhere in your home. Okay. Thank you for that, ancestors. Let me know in the comment section if this resonates with you. All right. Also, I love when you guys get in the comment section and communicate with each other. We want to build a connection in the comment section. So definitely drop a comment. Let us know what you thought about this reading. Let us know what your experience is right now. Let's build a community, okay? So moving forward, we got the 9 of Cups here upright. All right, this is a lot of cups. And so because you changed up your whole way of being and thinking, or because you have the intention to change up your whole way of being and thinking, you got all these cups coming to you, okay? Satisfaction, emotional fulfillment, financial fulfillment, material comfort, okay? And you're in a place of deep gratitude. You're sitting on your throne, and you're in a place of receiving. This is why this Ochun energy came, because Ochun is like feminine energy. And so a lot of you are in your feminine energy. Remember, gender does not matter in tarot. Okay, so I don't want the guys like, I ain't no bitch. Look, when you're in your feminine energy, you have, like, you're in a place of receiving. That's where you want to be. I know you're so used to chasing the bag and chasing everything you want, but whatever you're chasing is running away from you. So now you're finally in a place where you're like, like, for some of you, like, this is what I'm seeing in my head. Like, you went from like sprinting, right, to like kind of jogging and kind of like slowing down, to like power walking, and now you're just kind of strolling with the swaggy bop, you know, and things are just like coming to you because of the fact that you slowed down and now you're more present. Okay, it says you have all it takes to fulfill your needs and wishes. It's all, like, you're realizing it's within you. You don't have to chase it. It's going to come to you because you're aligned with it. You are aligning with it. All right. And then we got more cups here. We got the 4 cups in reverse. But the 4 cups, just because it's in reverse, it's still a beautiful card to pull. It speaks about new opportunities. Okay. And gratitude, emotional renewal. So yeah, it's a lot of water energy in here. Also, we are entering into Pisces season. Happy birthday, Pisces. Happy solar return, Pisces. And Pisces is a very emotional sign. So with emotional renewal being here, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of you are tapping into your emotions. You're going within. And for some of you, your ancestors are literally dragging you there, okay? Like, for some of you, it wasn't even voluntary. They're like dragging you. You're like, I don't wanna. And they're like, no, you have to. You have to tap in with yourself. You have to. Like, introspection is a requirement if you're trying to get to the place that you're trying to get to. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, we got the 2 of Cups here. Speaking of emotional renewal, holy shit, okay? Some of you are falling in love. Some of you are rising in love, okay? Because why we gotta fall? You know, like, let's pay more attention to the things that we're saying. You know, like, for example, if someone's like, oh yeah, you want to go out later, you're like, oh, I'm down. Why we gotta be down? Why can't we be up for it? I'm up for it. You know, it's like being mindful of the things we say. Why we gotta fall in love? Let's rise in love, you know? So a lot of you are rising in love, and this could be with an individual outside of yourself, or this could be with yourself. Like, for some of you, you're going within and you're loving who you're becoming. You're like, oh, I like how I handle that. Like, you know, because I've been working on it, you know, like, you are in love with this new version of yourself that you have created, that you have worked so hard to be. Okay. And this is even more water energy. Some of you guys are crying, like, you're feeling very emotional right now, and it's okay because it's Pisces season. Okay. Crying is a form of releasing. And so it says love is not only something you feel, it's something you do. So didn't I say that? Like, this is something that you created. You're rising in love with this part of you that you've worked so hard on. Okay, you did that. You put the work into that. You actually took that action. Okay, for some of you, this is like you rising in love with someone that you've been dating, or taking the next step in a relationship, getting married, moving in together, having a baby, just progression in this love. Okay, for some of you, this could simply just be you doing more things by yourself and enjoying being by yourself. Okay, But usually this is a card of partnership. For some of you, you could be partnering up with your spirit team. Like you may be receiving messages and visions from your ancestors and your spirit guides. Okay, so the Two of Cups speaks of partnership, harmony, mutual attraction, and balance. But I do feel like for most of you, this is love with an individual. I know some of you guys are like, I don't want no love. I don't want to fall in love with nobody. I don't want to fall in love with nobody. If it ain't for you, don't force it to fit, okay? But I'm hearing for some of you, even though you don't want that, it's coming to you anyway, so get ready for it. I'm hearing you are loved, so you can't avoid it. Oh, that was very specific. That was very specific for somebody. Like somebody's ancestor is like really on your body. They said you are love. You can't run from it. You cannot avoid it because you are love in your very essence, okay? And so there's balance there. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles here upright. More new beginnings. Okay, it says the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Success and prosperity lies ahead. So wherever you're being called to go at this time, you should go. Don't fight it. Okay, don't fight your emotions. Don't fight connections, people trying to get closer to you, people trying to work with you. And this is why it's very important to also study your human design, because some of you are supposed to be invited. Like some of you are supposed to initiate, and some of you are supposed to simply accept invitations. So some of you are inviting when you're supposed to be, some of you are doing the initiating when you're supposed to be invited. And some of you are like waiting to be invited when you're supposed to be doing the initiating. And that's why things aren't really working out for you. That's why things have kind of been like a struggle for you in your life, because you were living against your human design. So look into your human design, okay? That's very important. I actually have a god sister that does readings on human design, so I will put her information at the bottom in the description box, okay, below the video. All right, so it says what new, and this is the Ace of Pentacles, it says what new financial opportunity is presenting itself. So a lot of you have money coming in here, like you have ideas and resources coming in. Remember, resources is not just fiat money, it's not just paper. Resources can be information, it could be support systems, okay? You could be getting some free land, and that keeps coming out too. You could be getting a house, like someone may have passed away and you inherited a house or a car. Like resources could also be any sort of help. So someone could be coming to you like, hey, here's $50, and you're like, well, what did I do to deserve this? Oh, remember that time when you helped me cross the street? Like it'll be like the smallest thing, but like things are just coming to you. Like these resources and these rewards are just coming to you because you put the work in. You deserve it. Tell me more. Guys, get your questions ready, because at the end of the reading, I'm going to answer some questions for you, okay? It has to be a yes or no question. Okay, so yeah, with the Hermit here, you're being rewarded for going within. We got some earth signs here as well. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. All right, it says the answers are within you. Some of you guys are also Leos. I said that already, actually. Some of you live somewhere where it's very cold. Okay, it says, what insight can you gain from spending time alone in solitude? Some of you guys feel like you have to jump in and out of relationships. And you don't have to do that. Like, give yourself time to be alone. Give yourself time in solitude. After one breakup, spend some time by yourself, love on yourself, do fun things, okay? And allow the next love to come to you. You don't have to go digging in the past, go looking for people like, oh, well, this person was interested in me 10 years ago. Let me see if they're still single. No, like that love is going to come to you when you're loving on yourself, okay? And so the Hermit upright speaks about solitude. introspection, okay? Because when you go within, you receive guidance and wisdom, and that's what they want you to focus on. Some of you love the color purple or like navy blue, or some of you are like really, really dark skinned, like a beautiful dark complexion. Some of you were also teased for this complexion when you were little, and now you get compliments. Like you were teased for some type of physical feature of yours, and now people compliment you on that, and that's helping you to build your confidence as well. Okay. So some of you have some narcissistic qualities about you. Like you may not be a narcissist, but you may have narcissistic qualities about you, and one of those qualities is the fact that you always have to have somebody in your company. Like you always have to be dating someone, talking to someone, sleeping with someone. Like you're running from yourself. And another quality of a narcissist is like manipulative. Like some of you are manipulative, some of you are like, you can be cold, some of you lack empathy, and if that's not you, some of you have this individual in your energy. For some of you, that may be the person that you cut out of your life, and that's why things are able to thrive and move ahead for you, because you got rid of this narcissistic energy. Okay, don't force it to fit. We don't need a public announcement in the comment section talking about how it doesn't resonate with you, because we don't really care, okay? We only want to hear about if it resonates with you, your experience, how you're feeling about the reading. We don't want to hear, well, this doesn't resonate with me. This is like, it does not matter. It doesn't. All right. So we got the Queen of Swords here upright. It says, be sharp and discerning. Be able to cut through illusions and get to the heart of the matter. So yeah, some of you had to use discernment to cut this connection out of your life. Okay. Because it also speaks about independence. So you're also using discernment because you're not desperate to just talk to or date just anybody. Like you're like, well, I don't mind being alone until my divine masculine or divine feminine comes to me. Okay. So a lot of you have given up, as far as like you surrendered. You're not fighting anymore. Okay. And it's a bit overwhelming for some of you because you're so used to being in control of everything, but you're being called to release control and trust the universe. Okay. Trust your spirit team. Some of you feel defeated because of that, and they don't want you to feel defeated, okay? You're actually very powerful because you have a whole team carrying you. I'm seeing, like, you know how, like, on some of you watch basketball? Like, let's say the person scores the most. I think that's what it is, but they'll, like, carry a certain team member on their, like, it'll be, like, a bunch of them carrying one team member on their shoulders. It's like that. Okay. Or if you picture like in ancient Africa, right? Or even in ancient anywhere, it's like the king or queen or the emperor, empress was carried on, like they were carried by an army of people below them. That's how your spirit team is carrying you. In order for you to be held on that pedestal and to be carried in that way, you have to let go and have some trust. Okay, so they want you to let go and trust them. Okay, because some of you are like obsessive when it comes to control. That is a quality that they want you to let go of. All right. Okay, so get your questions ready. I need some water. Okay. Also, some of you are drinking empty water. Like if you don't buy water that's purified and says like added minerals, okay, or added flavor. That's empty water, and you don't need that. You don't need that. Like you need some like spring water, and add some like Celtic salt or lemon, lime, or cucumber to it. Okay, those would be your added minerals and vitamins. But you don't need any artificially added vitamins and minerals. Okay, so ancestors, give me an answer for the collective. Give me an answer for the collective. In the meantime, guys, if this is resonating with you, make sure you show this video some love. Share it with someone else that may be able to benefit from it as well. Follow me on all social media platforms, Elevated Mental, all across the board. The link for that is in the bottom, at the bottom of this video, in the description box. Okay. All right. Give me one card to answer the question that the collective has asked. You can drop this question in the description box, or you can just take a mental note of it. Okay. The answer is yes, okay? The answer is yes. Oh, and there's a message here with it. It says, home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is, okay? It also says, how can I create financial stability, security? How can I create financial stability and security for my family and future generations, okay? So a lot of you are focused on generational wealth, and for a lot of you, your question had to do with generational wealth. All right. Thank you so much for listening, family. Sending you so much love, hugs, and healing energy. Until next time, peace and oneness.